Good evening. Happy Monday. I hope you're hydrated. I hope you're all right. I hope you're well rested, staying safe, fully vaccinated, got good Wi Fi, got out in the sunshine, eating a full 3 meals, having clean water, and all that jazz. I am Franz Calamari. You are here. I was sent this battle replay by a bunch of friends, and it looks like it's going to be a good one. I was just zooming around the battlefield here in a cinematic kind of bird's eye view. I have not watched this replay. This is my first time pulling it open, and we're going to have a good time just watching it, you and I. As per usual, this is the Napoleon Total War Darthmod Hardcore Realism mod. The map is Italy 9A, developed by the Lords modding community, who also use NTW 3 for their games. Quick note, NTW Darthmod Hardcore Realism is a multiplayer-only mod for Napoleon Total War. They've got a great little community going on in the Discord. They host official games of it daily, which are how these big 4v4s and 3v3s you've seen on my channel get coordinated. So feel free to, I'll post a link in the Discord. Feel free to hop into the mod Discord from the YouTube description of this video and join us for some absurdity, because that's where it all happens. There's no secret Discord that all these games get coordinated. There's no secret friends list I have that I just tell them, hey, you know, put a game together. It all just organically happens on that Discord, and then they tag me in replays and say you should do a video on that. And here, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's how the cookies get baked. So here we are. Anyway, let's have a gander at this battlefield. Italy 9A. I actually have not played this one yet, so it looks cool. You got a 4-pointer over here. So let's orient the map so it makes sense. So it looks like, okay, so you've got the Danish there with a nice, all right, so, okay, so the 4-pointer is here. I suppose that's a 4-pointer. Oh, wait, have I played this map? Oh, I've played this map before. This is a great map. This is a super cool map. I got my fudge packed on this map a while ago. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this the... Oh, I think this is the map. I think this is the map that I was brutally mauled on one day. I'm trying to figure out if it... I'm pretty sure it is. I'm almost confident it is. There was a large central... Maybe it wasn't. No, I don't think I have played this map, though it looks remarkably similar. The village that I vividly remember and have a PTSD from looks similar to this map, but it's not here, so this isn't the map, but it looks similar to it. So I actually have not played this map. So I guess they've got a 4-pointer there. Interesting. They've got 3. Okay, so that's 6 points they'll probably get, and 1 over here, and then 6. So really what needs to happen is... The team over here, I guess we're watching the replay from someone's perspective here, they need to be a little bit aggressive, because as you could see, they've only got 6 points total, and the enemy team has relatively easy access to more points. I say that, but you know... this player here could march, and this player here probably would be... I would say the Portuguese player. I think the Portuguese player has to march his army down here and snap that up. The Prussian player, who is here, moves forward into the center. The Confederation of the Rhine player falls out maybe to the right a little bit, and then we've got the Danish player way back here. Maybe he goes up this way. If they march fast enough, maybe they can corner off this point of the map and just reinforce the Portuguese player. It's tough, though, because the Portuguese player doesn't have numbers, but he's got quality, so it's going to be a really interesting defensive battle for him, and that's kind of what these quality over quantity armies are good at, is defending. So anyway, let's take a look at the map at a ground level. I, as you know, love this style of terrain, a lot of variation. We've got waterways to break it up. We've got these little ridge lines here. You can see some of the elevation, topography. That breaks up cannon fire, so it really makes positioning of batteries important. You've also got a lot of terrain variation with these roads and these plowed fields, these muddy areas, these sunken roads. A great map with a lot of nice urban fighting opportunities as well. I'm going to take a hazard guess and say a significant amount of the fighting will probably be here. Anyway, let's do a quick survey of the forces arrayed. So the Portuguese player, mounted a lot of mounted guides. Interesting. Okay. Don't know what he's going to do with those. the mounted guides are the gentlest, shall we say, cavalry in the Portuguese roster, but they can dismount. I think no, they can't dismount. No. But they're just generally cheap but quick light cavalry. I'm interested to see what they do. I don't think it was a bad pick. Just curious. 3-pound gun, okay, and then he's got, let's see, 9-pound battery, very good. Okay, 2-9, a 9, a 6, and a 3. Oh, a lot of variety in firepower. Barreto as the general, interesting. The Ordinanza Brigade, Grenadiers, then he's got Cazadores, Lusitanian, Grenadiers. Very punchy Portuguese army. It's shooty and punchy. Fascinating combination. And for heavy cavalry, he's got just a mishmash of heavy cavalry squadrons mixed in with a ton of mounted guides. 3 squadrons of mounted guides. Wow, that is a light cavalry brigade. Well, that's interesting. Let's take a look at the Pruski. So he's got the Silesian Cuirassiers. What else is new? Death's Head Hussars. Okay, so the full regiment of the Silesian Cuirassiers are represented here because they've got 2 squadrons. I'm just making up. I don't know if they only had 2 squadrons. I'm sure they had more, but for our sake of being semi-historically accurate, why the hell not? Okay, Jägers Suffered, interesting. So these are mounted riflemen, or they may have carbines. That looks like a carbine to me. So these are rapid-firing troops. You can put them in a tree line, have them ambush, and they can really chew up the side of a unit. So that's a fun little thing if you use it rightly. 6-pound foot battery, interesting. And then he's got a 6-pound foot battery. Okay, and then what does he got for infantry? He's got this massive column here of, wow, that is a lot of Prussian Fusiliers. Jesus. So this is, remember, light infantry, which Prussian Fusiliers are, move quite substantially faster than regular line troops, which, although the regular line has 250-man battalions, as you can see over here, these guys have 210-man battalions. So less men, but better accuracy, better reload, but they move faster. So this is a very interesting pick specifically for this map because the value of light infantry is they can move swiftly. And when I was outlining earlier where the difficulty is going to be on this map, that's very important because this is a map about mobility. It's going to be a huge contest over, I suspect, a lot of these, I guess, southern objectives. Let's assume the top of the mini-map is north. So these southern objectives are going to be very important. And by virtue of the Prussian players' deployment in the front, especially along this road, wow, Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4. I always count my brigades in units of 2. So this Prussian player has got 1, 2, 3, basically a little more than 3 brigades worth of light infantry. Damn, that's a heavy investment, but it may just pay off, damn it. And he's got some good cavalry to back it up. He's got some good line infantry, tons of Brunswickers to back it up, and he's got two battalions of the foot guards, all led by Gneisenau. That's a very that is a fascinating Prussian build. I don't think I've ever seen a Prussian build quite like this. I'm very interested to see what happens. Alrighty, let's slow-mo this so we can kind of keep it rolling. The Confederation of the Rhine, Bavarian Hussars, Würzburg, Chevalier, Garde du Corps. Garde du Corps are some of the best cavalry in the mod. What a beautiful uniform with that bronze cuirass. Or is that brass? I think it might have been brass at this period, but it's still a beautiful uniform. Chevalier looking excellent as always, as are the Bavarian Hussars. Another Garde du Corps. So the Bavarian player, I wonder who it is. I won't say it out loud in case I'm wrong, like the other video when I thought Spain was my good buddy Steve, but it was actually my other friend Dan. But I suspect it's, well, I'll message him after this video, or he can comment and say if I was right or not. And trust me, I'm sure he knows that I think I know who he is too. But anyway, yeah, if it's who I think it is, he's really going to enjoy playing cavalry. So he's going along with 1 7-pound howitzer. Do I see any other artillery? No, that's it. Oh, interesting. Well, that's a heavy howitzer. And then he's got his Anhalt Lip. I love the Lip Fusiliers. The history of them is fantastic. The Confederation of the Rhine is one of the best factions in terms of research because there is so much variety in these Germanic states. And the Anhalt Lip state in the Confederation of the Rhine historically just is such a cool little micro story by itself. But anyway, I'm getting away from the point. Van Waldeck, Swiss, Saxon Left Grenadiers, Rheinbund, Saxon Left, Anhalt Lip. Ooh, okay, interesting. A lot of good infantry. A lot of bodies. Very monochromatic build here in terms of what he's got. It's just a shitload of line with some light infantry. And then he's got a ton of cavalry with only 1 pick of artillery. And then over here, the Danish player. Okay, interesting. Yeah, the Danes have really, really good rifle. They've got their rifles are not quite as good as the British rifle doctrine. But the thing is, you're trading off the quality for the quantity. And that's why the Danes are good, because they really rock that skirmisher game more than most factions do. So as long as you know how to whip these guys around, you can really screw someone's day up with some massed rifle fire. The cavalry's not bad either. Hussars, Queen's Life Dragoons, great. Life Guards of Horse. Okay, a lot of heavy cavalry. 6-pound foot, 7-pound howitzer. Okay, so they got some decent firepower. Another second squadron of Queen's Dragoons. And, of course, the Norske Skitroppen, which is excellent. That's one of my favorite units historically. Really cool. Backed up by a ton of Norwegian fuses. Is this just a Norwegian army? Basically. Well, some Danes, I guess, with the Queens, with the Grenadiers, and then the Funen and the Marine Corps, led by Ernst Payman. Yeah, so it would be Danish, but I got to tell you, it's a majority Norwegian army. Interesting. Okay, cool. I think so. Just to give you my thoughts from the outset, I'll press play. I'm really curious to see what happens with this, with the combination of the Prussian specialization as well as the Portuguese cavalry. There is a lot going on here. The only person who's really running what I would call standard combined arms army is the Danish player, who's got a little bit of everything, but otherwise everyone seems very specialized. Like the Prussian player has his what the hell is it called? Oh god damn it. He's got his frickety frackety light infantry. He's got his, all of his heavy cavalry. He's got some Death's Head Hussars, but he's only got 1 battery. This will be a very interesting game. Very, very interesting game. Well, let's fast forward. Let's see where they go. Actually, I'll press play for a second, because you know what? I'll do some chatting while we're waiting. So first of all, tonight's drink of choice is 5 Boroughs Brewing Company's Pumpkin Ale. It is 6% alcohol by volume. It is quite good. Let me have a sip. Give you a flavor test. Crisp hops, but not overwhelming, which is nice, because hops sometimes can be too crisp, and they overwhelm the palate. That's quite nice. The pumpkin flavor is there, but again, not overwhelming. Overall, it's a very fresh kind of a beer, and usually when I'm drinking a pumpkin ale, I'm looking for more of a colder environment, because pumpkin is a very seasonal flavor. It's kind of like the Dude Bro version of pumpkin spice, right? But that's actually quite good, and that could pass for a summer variant of a pumpkin ale. I drink that again. I wouldn't go out of my way for it. I'm not partial. I just got it out of curiosity, but that's pretty good. Good job, 5 Boroughs Brewing Company. They're located in 215 47th Street, Brooklyn, New York. Zip code 11220. That's actually not terribly far from where I live. Maybe I'll get the subway there. I live in Manhattan right now, so Brooklyn is I could hit it with a potato cannon if I really wanted to. So anyway, I guess the other thing I wanted to say is I was thinking about this, and we've developed a bit of a community here. And I can't believe I've forgotten about mentioning this until now, which I'll apologize in advance, by the way. I've been very quiet over these past few weeks. Frankly, that's because it's just been goddamn busy in my life between work and other personal stuff. So, as you know, this channel is a hobby. It's a passion project. It's not my main thing. I do it purely for fun. And, when you do things for fun as a passion project, unfortunately, you can't do that every day of the year. That, by definition, is something you only do when you have the spare time. And I wish I had more around these days, but I just don't. So, but tonight I do. So here I am. But I also wanted to say that we've hit a landmark. Hold on. I got to pause it because I got to get this one out of the way. Sorry. I know we want to watch the battle and the gameplay, and I'm trying to get better at being efficient with time here. So I'll move to my point. I just wanted to make a quick note that it's important to acknowledge that the channel has reached a bit of a milestone in its population and statistics. We've got more than 100 subscribers and probably more than 6,000 views, I think, after this video has been published, which is fucking bonkers to me. I never expected this many people to enjoy my content so much to want to subscribe so they can get notifications of when I put out new videos. I can't imagine myself being that interesting talking about this game, but god damn it, if I entertain you, I'm glad you're here for the ride. And, you know, the fact that more than 6,000 people have watched my stuff, if you do the math, you know, 6,000 views, the videos are probably about an hour-ish long each. I don't think all 6,000 people have watched a full hour, but if they've at least watched, you know, a minimum of half an hour, I mean, that's several hundred hours worth of viewing. That's insane to me. So I'm just very honored to be so present in other people's lives to the point where you're engaging in the videos. There's some very thoughtful historical comments on a lot of the videos nowadays. People who are playing in these battles will defend themselves against my critiques of their gameplay, which I love because, you know, it's a Monday morning quarterbacking, right? Like we are in the unique position where the general who fought the battle can defend his record in writing too, versus someone who's critiquing them. And I think that's a fantastic thing. And I will never discourage anyone who sends me a replay from disagreeing with my interpretation of events. That's fantastic. And you know what? I would want to be able to disagree too if somebody was critiquing my gameplay. So the point is to say that, you know, we've been able to build a fantastic little group here, have some awesome games, have wonderful conversation, and it really is truly an honor to be just there to take your free time, I guess. It's kind of cool. So that's really it. I'll press play in a minute. The only other thing I wanted to announce was, given that so many people are showing up, relative to me, like to other major, streamers and video recording people, 100 subs and 6,000 views is a drop in the bucket. But to me, that's pretty cool. And we've got a very tight-knit community, as I said before, of people who really appreciate what we do here. And I figured, you know what, we've kind of got some memes floating around. I'm tempted to create stickers that people can get. So if you'd like me to start making stickers of dumb crap that happens on this channel, let me know in the comments. And if I see enough people being like, yeah, I'd get a sticker, I'll do it. And I wouldn't charge an arm and a leg for these things. It's more just for the fun of having stickers being made and honesty. I think it's kind of funny that here we are playing a game that's almost a decade old, and it's like, yeah, I'd buy a sticker for that. That's cool. So, I don't know, kind of for the meme. But, yeah, if that's something you want, let me know. And if we get enough interest, I'll look into it, and I'll see what we can set up. But anyway, let's press play. Thanks again. Let's see who's where and what and why. Okay, so they kind of got a mirrored deployment. We saw that. Austrians to the south. Russians to the southwest with British in reserve. And then we've got the Spanish off to the west. Oh. I just saw this little thing pop up on the mini-map. Oh, crap. Well, this is interesting because it means that a lot of the Danish army is being scouted. So the Danes, man, he's not going to be able to get his charge off, but this is the value of knowing where the enemy is, right? Yes, this unit is spotted, and the Danes know they exist. But the point is not that they'll have a problem fending them off. The problem is that now the Danes are kind of discovered in terms of what their force composition is, in terms of what they have. Like, they know basically up to this line what they've got. Oh, there's a second Danish gun. Oh, yeah, 6-pound battery. So, yeah, they know what artillery they've got. They know what cavalry they've got. They know what a lot of the infantry is. They know they've got ski troops. Information is a premium thing in every instance. And he also knows the general direction of the march, and he knows that he's not making a major push northwards. So the Spanish player, who knows, maybe he'll be cheeky and take advantage of it. The Prussian light cavalry doing a good job screening ahead of the army, driving out the Spanish light cavalry from the woods. That guerrilla cavalry, very thematic. How are we doing on this march down here? It's a little choppy always in the beginning sometimes. Here we go. Whatever. We'll deal with it. We'll have to deal with it. I think it's just the fact that it's an old engine. As you can see, the computer's running it lickety-split, no problem. Let's have a gander at what else is happening. Okay, so the Danes are going to press this scouting force back, but they've already done the damage that they needed to do, which is purely informational, because it also means too, if the enemy has pre-positioned artillery pieces, they know kind of generally where to fire. Basically, you just shoot in a straight line along this. I guess what is this? Well, it's not an isthmus. I thought there was a river here, but or a extension of the river here, but whatever. I guess you call it. What the hell is the word for this? Landmass? What? Geography. I should be better at it, but whatever. You just shoot down here and you'll nail someone. It's the most American thing I'll ever say. I doubt that, in hindsight. But anyway, who do they got commanding the Austrians? Karl Schwarzenberg. Interesting. Generic general staff, and Hoyes. Interesting. The Russians being a generic general staff is worrisome to me, if only because the Russian morale good. They've got good morale, but it would be better given the preference of the Russian army to be in with the bayonet at crucial moments of the battle. I would personally always say at least take the 3-star Russian general, but we'll find out how this, again, I've been wrong before, I could be wrong again. How are we looking over here? Ah, the fog. Yeah, look at this concentration of troops on the mini-map here. Damn, yeah, both divisions are moving in. So the 4-pointer is going to be firmly locked off here, is what it looks like. Judging from the movement of cavalry and... Oh! Okay, so... Jägershooferd. See, the problem is the Jägershooferd are not a melee unit. And while Spanish cavalry is god-awful, yeah, here's the problem. Yeah, wow, whoa, that's a pretty big cavalry division. KG Light Dragoons, 10th Hussars, Horse Guards. Wow, this is a lot of leverage controlling this valley. That is a very substantial amount of leverage. So I guess what they're going to try to do, yeah, okay, so we're going to have the 15th Hussars go in. Did he manage to extricate those Jägershooferd? Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, interesting. Inconclusive cavalry engagement in the center, but strategically the Prussians are forced to withdraw because of reinforcing Brits, but otherwise an inconclusive fight, as it were. Confederation of the Rhine moving up to support. How are the Prussian light infantry doing? Where are they? Where is the Prussian light infantry? Oh, no! He marched them across the river. That's going to slow him down substantially, and he forgot to keep him moving. Effing chat. Meanwhile, the Confederation of the Rhine player making great use of that highway. Nice charge by the Bavarian Hussars into this Hussars unit, but again, very dangerous thing considering that we know all this exists, but at least he's going to rout them a little bit. Question is, can he pull them back? I got to keep my head on a swivel. Okay, so that's British. Damn, wow, this British player. Whoever's the British player, you are wielding this division like a wrecking ball. Oh, so okay, he's gonna. What the heck? Oh man. Oh man. One of these battles, eh? Oh, hold on a minute. Excuse me. We're not hearing the full. There we go. Wow, so you've got all this British cavalry coming up and over the ridge. With the downhill charge bonus as well. Yeah, I'd pull those Hussars too. Yeah, moving downhill is going to increase their speed, and that's going to increase the charge damage, if I recall the calculus for Total War correctly. Man, this really was like the last good, or one of the last good Total War games when like an individual soldier felt like an individual soldier, and it was like this sort of positioning mattered. Yeah, Jägershooferd get routed. Oh, the Death's Head Hussars, that's an expensive unit. Oh, no, wow, this is a whole, everything in. Bavarian Hussars, Chevaux Légers. Well, the good news is that, if anything, the British charge bonus has been consumed, and the Russians, oh my god, yeah, everything's getting involved. The Austrians are coming over, the Russians are there. Jesus. So they're just feeding men into this center area. If I was them, I'd move the infantry up as swiftly as possible. Get infantry support, form squares, and have the men pull back behind it. Yeah. Oh, there's a risk of an envelopment here. Good use of the Garde du Corps to kill off the Hussars. That's going to be an easy trade. Garde du Corps will make mincemeat out of him. But otherwise, oh, man. Yeah, see, this is the problem, is now you got this Russian Chevaux Légers division, or brigade, coming in to encircle. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to get out of that. Quite a deal of micromanagement going on. The big threat, the factor, is going to be the Austrians. Yes, the Portuguese are going to be here, but the battle might well be over by that time. So there's a lot of micro going on. What's happening is the Danish team, the side of the perspective we're watching is going to try to loop around. Clearly, you could see what they're doing. They're going to try to hit the British on the flank. Excellent, excellent. Wow, god damn. Yeah, see, that's the power of micro and good communication. Although, again, I'm still worried about the Austrians. That's the infantry support coming in, getting off excellent point-blank square. Now, the trouble is they're firing into the backs of their own men on the right. You're going to lose some men to that, but... yeah, that's the infantry support. Very good. But this is the problem, too, is now you're going to get the artillery fire coming in. Yeah, that's that Spanish artillery. Where the hell is it? Oh, shit. Hold on a minute. What's going on here? God damn. There's just cavalry fighting everywhere. Spanish 9 powder in jeopardy. Jesus. Imagine being a Danish infantryman. Like, just walking down this road and hearing that coming up over the hill. Ooh, get the 6 pounder unlimbered and start shooting into that mass because you'll screw them up real bad. Did the Austrian player commit cavalry is what I... okay, not yet. Still a lot in reserve. Woof. Wow, yeah, they encircled the British. So it looks like the British cavalry division was effectively minced. I'm trying to see where that artillery fire is going. It's got to be hitting the melee. No, I think he might be trying to hit these columns. Where is that artillery fire going? I don't know if he can hit that. He might be shooting at the Danes. Oh, wow. And the Brits are forming up the line. So what do the Brits have? 6 pound foot battery, and they got something else in here. 6 pound horse battery by the Russians. Interesting. That 6 pound horse battery is probably going to be doing great work on him. Oh, he might be hitting the hill, though. That might be a problem of micro. Oh, yeah, he's shooting right in there. Jesus. What a... oh, my God. That was a pretty decisive cavalry battle, clearly in favor of the Confederation of the Rhine side. Whoa. Jesus. What's going on over here? All right. Not too much. What they've done... all right, so let's consider the strategic result of that. Well, as I zoom into the center of the Earth, because I missed clicking on the mini-map. So the strategic situation, by doing so, they've checked the enemy's advance to here and let the enemy form up here. So right now, the British team, the British, Russian, Spanish team, appears to be winning. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives them 7 to the our side. We'll say this is our side for this replay because it's from their perspective. So our side only has 6 points. So yes, they did lose a lot of cavalry, including, I think, almost all of the British cavalry. But that stalled their advance. Was it the most efficient way to stall their advance? I wouldn't necessarily agree. But, goddamn, they did it. How are we doing over here? Yeah, so now we've got to figure out how are we going to get this attack going on here, because the Austrians, with their numbers, are going to swamp the Portuguese. That's going to be a big problem. You can already see the Portuguese are straining to figure out where to deploy. And they've actually got, I would argue, an improper deployment right now, because the Prussians should be controlling this whole thing, and they should be deployed totally to the left of this rock, using this ridge and even this house. This is putting this 4-pointer in jeopardy. What the hell is going on over here? Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Cheeky Spaniard must have had some cavalry moving around the back, and he almost killed off a whole battery of... he did basically... There's 2 howitzer crewmen left. Wow. That was worth it. That was... oh, Spanish cavalry is so good.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Wow, that's really good for them. Really good for them. I trade some hussars for a howitzer. What a beautiful formation forming up here. He's using his thin lines to reduce the amount of damage from incoming artillery fire. However, this general is placed very dangerously in the center of the battle line. What are we doing over here? Who are we shooting at? I guess he's trying to do some counter battery fire. What do the Russians have? A 12-pound battery and a 6-pound battery. A lot of Russian long guns, which is a great thing to see because typically whenever you look at Russian armies, they just spam unicorns, which, like, look, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's nice to get diversity now and again. That's beautiful. Man, this period ain't nothing if not beautiful. Oh yeah, it's the Austrian artillery softening up the Portuguese. This Austrian player, I think this is... Oh, okay. As I say it, he starts doing it, so it appears. I was just about to say he could really move in and threaten to overwhelm the flank of the Portuguese, especially with this gun battery facing the way it is. I guess he's going to try to limber it up to get it out because the position is definitely untenable. Good volley. Good volley. Killed about 20 grenadiers, I'm assuming. I'm assuming all of these deaths were from small arms fire, not cannon fire, but who knows. I would not stop moving if I was this Austrian player. I'd press in, and I'd press in hard. The value of the Fusilier is becoming apparent. Counter-marching to maybe reinforce the left. Now, as I've pointed out in other videos, the danger in doing this is now the Prussian player is splitting his micro in two places, and this is where the Portuguese player... no, not to be mean to the Portuguese player. This is really... He's doing a good job extricating his forces, so he's doing some good stuff. But if he was more focused on being the left, he would not have to have this countermarch going on, perhaps. But good of him to get out of there when he can. Meanwhile, on the right, what are we doing here? A lot of light infantry movements through these woods. Relatively calm. This is eerie, especially knowing that the enemy is right over here. Meanwhile, what's going on? Ooh, the Danish cavalry making a run. Ooh, Queen's Life Dragoons being spent to try to nail this 9-pound Spanish battery. Thing is, because of the... Oh, he managed to unlimber it just as the unit connected. Wow. That was an incredibly good fucking play in terms of timing. Wow. Is he going to lose the battery? Yeah, shatters the battery, but damn, that was a solid attempt to save the gun. He's probably going to lose that cavalry unit as well. He's going to move the balloon guards in. I think he's going to... I'm so enthralled in what's going on there. Just keeping an eye over here, too. Okay, they're just moving. Looks like the Portuguese are going to try to do the same thing. Ooh, get the gun crew off. He's going to lose some men to the stakes, question mark? Oh, yeah. There we go, too. Ooh, canister. Point-blank canister. Oh, my God. Yeah, point-blank canister indeed. Oh, what a lucky... Whoever is the Spanish player must be... Well, they're wearing brown pants now. Thanking their lucky stars. Danish player taking good work of... or taking advantage of the good work done by the Dragoon Squadron.
Our men are running, sir.
Anhalt Lip and the Confederation are getting into a firefight in the center with the British. Interesting. The Central Ridge is going to play a central role, I suspect, in determining where artillery fire can go, because wherever the guns are, they've got to work over this ridge line, and indeed this one as well. So this center area is in kind of a bowl in terms of artillery. It's a very strange spot. Oh, yeah. So, okay, interesting. So, okay, over here in the meanwhile, looks like the Portuguese and the Prussians have totally vacated this position. Prussians forming up on the Portuguese left against the Austrians, who have now moved in and are now contesting this four-pointer. Very bold move. The team's already winning. Not saying that to criticize it, but rather to say that's a very interesting thing, because it puts so much more pressure on... the losing team to do even more, because now it's not even that they're losing by a little. Now it's like, oh, geez, now we're losing by way more than we should. Sometimes it's better to keep on the offensive than to just kind of rest on your laurels and only win by 1 or 2. Strong offensive up the center, it looks like. How's the damage looking here? Ragged lines, a lot of casualties. A lot of attrition, a lot of damage, a lot of damage. Spaniards fighting side by side with the British. Meanwhile, how are we looking here? It looks like the Confederation of the Rhine is at the moment giving it as good as they're getting it, and that's possibly because they are light infantry for the most part. I see 2 line units, one of which is really good, this Prince Karl, but we've got the Anhalt Lip up here. Wow, point blank, this foot unit is going to get a nice volley off on them. Wow. What's going on in the direct center? Okay, looks like a bit of a standoff, but the British are pulling up artillery support. They've got these stakes in front of them, and that will be a big pain in the ass for the enemy. Looks like the Portuguese did manage to do some damage. Counter battery fire has been effective. But Russian artillery is pretty good. Russian army is still yet to be seen, so right now we're really only seeing a portion of the enemy forces. Of course, as I say that, some of them start appearing. What do they got? Musketeers, Jaegers, okay.
All hope is lost.
Now, interestingly enough, everybody thinks that when you see the word Jaeger, it means light skirmishers, but in reality, the Russian Jaeger was a line unit. They really, from the research that I've done, the Russian Jaeger was effectively a linear formation. It was not a skirmisher formation, as you'd think Jaegers in, say, the Prussian or the Austrian army would be. Fascinating game so far, especially because the Russian, there's commitment on the flanks and indeed in the center. Oh, do I see a bayonet charge? Oh, what's happening here? Oh, an attempted breakthrough. Chevalier trying to do a frontal charge on the Welsh. Oh, canister, damn. Wow. Jesus. Yeah, so what he did was he attrited him down. He's closing it with the bayonet. Where's the general? General's got to be up here. Oh, there he is. If he pulls up his reinforcements fast, he could punch a hole. If he can get onto that gun or even just shoot at the line behind it, he might be able to screw him up. Ooh, that looked like it was a good hit. Wow, he broke the 23rd Welsh, and he's going to charge... Oh, into the gun battery? Whoa. Confederation of the Rhine player is an aggressive son of a bitch, but he's going to at least get the gunners off of that, and he's going to be able to charge up that road. What's going on in the flanks meanwhile? Hungarian Hussars. Oh, I just gotta see if they got a square off. Oh, he did. Hussars. Oh, man, yes, the micro being split. The Prussian player's got to look elsewhere. Meanwhile, how's the Confederation player doing? He's just trying to blow a hole right in the center of him. You know what? He's got to go balls deep because the problem is he's got artillery in the center. It looks like he got the gun crew off, so the 6-pound gun crew will survive. Whoa. Damn. Oh, a guitarist coming out of the woods. Into the flank, question mark? This Confederation player is really playing a bold game right now because he's losing a lot of his army trying to punch a hole into the Brits. Ooh, Wertberg getting charged in the rear. He's going to try to charge forward. Getting charged in the rear, no problem. Just run straight ahead. Why not? I feel like this is so loud for you guys. I'll turn this down just a smidge. There we go. Let's try that out. It looks a little more reasonable on the sound levels. Anyway. Okay, so the Russians are finally coming into line. It looks like the Austrians are being reformed a little bit. Oh, they're going to grab this house. Okay, so now it looks like the team that's winning is going really on the offensive, being very aggressive, giving nothing possible to the enemy. What's happening here? Meanwhile, the Danes, getting a good flank off on the Guadalajara Grenadiers. I suspect that's because the Spaniards probably busy trying to stabilize the center here with the Brits. This Rhinebund player... He's got a hard decision to make right now because, yes, he's forced the British off their position. He's forced them off these guns. But if he keeps the momentum going, he's going to run out of men real fast. And he's lost a lot already. I would say maybe reform. I would try to see what the Prussian player is going to do because now you can kind of see if the Russians decide to punch a hole here, it's not going to be good for the Confederation player. The British, meanwhile... They've got enough force to be a problem. Spaniard holding the left. The Danes are the big wild card on this flank, obviously, because they're the only ones there. So that's not a profound statement. But what I mean by that rather is it depends on what happens with the Spaniards. If the Spaniards stay and fight, I suspect the Danes will wipe out this whole side. This is not an advantageous position for them. And I think if they want to get out, they got to get out now. And the reason I say that is specifically because they've got to cross the river. And doing that under fire, especially with cavalry engaging infantry and melee already behind you, that is really not good. This Spanish player is going to have a hard decision to make within the next 2 minutes. It might be best to take that battery, turn it left, fire canister at the ski troops, and use your own light infantry and some men to watch the river crossing and pull back. Form a line here so the Danish player can't be too aggressive. Oh shit, is he doing an assault column with the grenadiers? Oh my god. Look at what in God's name is going on around here? Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's gonna charge the Brunswicks. But he gets caught in his own men, so the charge gets a little discombobulated. Wow, those guys are booking. Jesus. That's what good cardio does. Ooh, charging that's a long charge. But these guys will absorb it head on. Wow, that foot unit is getting obliterated. The British do not have good melee stats, and that's why this Confederation player is doing such a good job pummeling them with the bayonet. If they stand and shoot, the British are going to win this, but as long as the Confederation player stays in his grills, stays close, takes advantage of well-timed bayonet charges like this, he will absolutely maul the British player, who are basically now really getting pushed back. The question for them is, do they want to stand and fight here or keep pulling back and whittle down the Confederation player, who it looks like they're not going to get a decision in that matter. Wow, holy shit. That is incredible. That might be the thumbnail for the video, especially with this Garde du Corps charge coming in. Sneaking around the stakes. Wow, a clever charge there going into the Brunswick sharpshooters. All right, now the question is, where's this Garde du Corps unit going to go? Let's go elsewhere. Let's look elsewhere. There's so much going on. How are we doing over here? Not terribly much. A bit of a standoff. The Austrian player is doing his job, though. He's pummeling them. Austrians, it's an interesting match. Austrian light infantry skirmishers versus Portuguese skirmishers. Russians, meanwhile, are getting real aggressive, pushing right up. You'd think that this 3-pound battery would be an issue, but they're down 10 crewmen. Let's see where they're shooting. It's got to be canister. If they're not shooting canister, what's the point? Yeah, that's a rout. Oh yeah, how effective was that? Pretty damn effective. Yeah, that's a mass rout by the Russians. Yeah, getting peppered with volley and canister. That ain't good. I'd bring the general up. But the good news is these guys should come back because they have more than enough. The enemy's far enough away. They've got enough reinforcements. Yeah, so they just pull back enough to be out of small arms fire.
Our men are running, sir.
Meanwhile, in the center are the mounted guides going in for blood. All right, how are we doing here? What happened to the Brits? So the Brits... Wow, Jesus, did the Brits really get repulsed? Oh, he's going to full retreat, full tilt, get the hell out of Dodge. He's going to lose his artillery. Oh, yeah, unfortunately didn't turn the guns fast enough. R.I.P. Possibly could save him. Chance he could save. What's going on here? The Spanish player, okay, he did pull back. He did pull back. He is using his guns to screen his retreat. That was good. That was very good. Excellent. So now the Danish player has a bit of a problem. He can envelop the Spaniard for sure because a lot of energy has been expended over here. But that's a very tough position to assault across that river. Meanwhile, a very interesting game right now because if we zoom out here and we look down at the macro level, at the strategic perspective, the Spanish player is effectively enveloped. He's cut off. He's got nowhere to go. The British army is split in twain. The general is... he's been cut off from his army. Oh, man. Oh, Nelly, that ain't good. So we've got the British general stuck with the He's a guest of His Excellency Hoyes. And he's got some 95th with him, though. So, man, this really is a Sean Bean episode. This is an episode of Sharp we're watching right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to drive these guys off with a bayonet or something. Otherwise, I'll keep killing dudes and just screwing them up. The Russians and the British got to do something because this Confederation player... Now he's got command over this ridge line. He can make a wall. He can let the Danish player envelop him. He can throw reserves. This is a very nice encirclement. This is what I mean when I say a breakthrough in a line. This is such a rare thing to see in a lot of these games. It's just a really nice concentrated breakthrough in the center. That was really well done by the Confederation player. I was worried he was going to run out of manpower before he got there, but very clever micromanagement. What's going on over here, meanwhile? So the Austrians are doing a good job. Let's see what we got in points. 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 points still. So even though they've forced a breakthrough here and they effectively control this, the Spaniards contest this for sure. I would actually, let's see what do they got over here. What do they have over here? Oh yeah, this is undeniably Spanish. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 points technically being held right now. 8 points being held right now. This 4-pointer being Austrian is really hurting the success of our team, shall we say. Very clever moves by the Austrian. Really setting up to save the day right now. Because while, yes, as we said before, there is strategic success in the center in the form of this breakthrough of the Confederation army that allows the encirclement of the Spaniard, points-wise, they're still winning. Oh, shit. What the hell? When the fuck did the Prussians get here? Oh, shit. So the foot guards charge across, trying to force a... Whoa, Nelly. Holy Christ. Oh, man, that was an unnecessary volley. A lot of dead Spaniards from that one. Where's this battery shooting? So he's shooting off to the right. I guess what they're trying to do is just pummel in this center line here. Oh. Yep, that's the end of that battery. Oh, no. Does he know how to get him off the gun? It looks like he knew how to get him off the gun. He put him in the square. Yep. Very nice. Yeah, these Hussars are not long for the world. Nice micro. Nice micro, nice repulse. Now we've got the Confederation forming up on this ridgeline. Oh, wow, what a cool game. What an awesome game. Getting wet feet, but able to go. Provincial militia. God damn, I love this game. Making a Gloria death bayonet charge into the Norwegian ski troops just to see how many of them they can kill. God damn it. I love this goddamn game. So the thing, man, is you might think the Spaniards are as good as dead, but you never underestimate a good, well-thought, well-managed defensive position. Saragossa Legion. Whoa. Living true to life. Holding the line against insurmountable odds. Meanwhile, over here, the Russians threatened with a flank turn. Austrians have a ton of cavalry left, relatively speaking. Wow, no, not even relatively anymore. We've got 4 squadrons of cavalry that we know of. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, minimum 4 with British squares. This game ain't over. Bottom half of the hour in this game ain't over, that's for sure. They've done a great job. The question is, if this Spanish player can really make them pay, goddamn, we're going to see something cool. Meanwhile, the Confederation cavalry is resting in the shade of olive trees. Literally, it's Italy. It's Italy map 9A, so verbatim in the shade of olive trees, they are resting. Yeah, yep. Thin line, single rank line, just to get as many guns on there as possible. Oh, man. Yeah, the British rifles. Whoa! Meanwhile, what are we doing over here? Yeah. This is the problem, is eventually the full Danish weight will be brought to bear. And this light infantry, this is the problem with the Danish army as an opponent, is they can use all of this 110, 120 range infantry to just sit right outside of musketry range and just pepper you down. Now, they will run out of ammo eventually, so if you have more men than they can shoot, you win. But, you know, yeah, British player over here. He's isolated. Okay, so I guess the Austrian guy is going to try to... Oh, shit! Oh, Christ. Whoa, Nelly. Whoo! Oh, saved by the howitzer shell? Oh, that shatters unit. Oh, man, that's not... Oh, no! And it screws up the Jaeger's charge. Oh, man, that is a very narrative thing to happen. The retreat pushes back the charge, which is going to disorder it, make it not as effective as it could be. And these Jaegers, not for nothing, they can really screw someone up. Oh, no, they shattered. Oh, that's a setback. That's a big setback. Okay, now there's another breakthrough. Okay, so what is the Russian player going to do? He's going to commit reserves. He's going to reform his line. Wow, dude. Whatever howitzer has been shooting at these guys, you have been nailing the hell out of them. On the right, what's going on? How are we doing? Very clear superiority of the Austrian Jaegers, but both sides are getting tired. Austrians are relatively intact. They hold the 4-pointer. The Prussians are not really in a good position to assault. It's the main action is definitely on the left. What's going on over here? Yeah, are they starting to crack? Yeah, they're starting to. Giving them hell, though. Really giving them hell. Really giving the Danes hell. Not giving it away for free. I'll give the Spanish player that. Okay, so full evacuation of the army. He's going to try to do something. Can't blame him. I'd say maybe pull back to the house. Use it as a bulwark, you know. Kind of line stuff up here. Maybe try to fight a retreat. You keep forming squares. You march this way. The Spanish player is definitely encircled. Textbook encirclement. That's not good. Okay, so yeah, he pulled back. He reformed his line. Okay, and that means that this 1-pointer is contested. Ooh, solid hit with artillery right there. Yeesh. Where is the Russian general? Where is the Ruski general? Oh, he's way back there. Oh, they're trying to keep him out of the fire of collateral. Or collateral damage area. Okay. Okay, this is a problem. So again, what should be happening here is the Austrian player should be extending here, and then the Russian player should be able to peel units off. You should never do this, which the Prussian player was guilty of this over here, and he paid for it by losing some men to a frontal cavalry charge. Tell your buddy, whenever you're in a situation like this, tell him, hey, take your rightmost units, Russian player, peel them left, and I'll occupy their ground. That's a smart way of repositioning units like this, because now the Austrian player's micro is going to be split over effectively 3 miles. That's not good. British player could... oh, yeah, that's the British volley opening up. He could still screw him up. How are we doing over here? Is the Spaniard gone yet? Oh, yes, they just decided to go in. Yep. But they're squared, though. And the British general. God damn it. Oh, man. Spanish player is just fighting tooth and frickin' nail to stay alive right now. These Walloon guards are caught in melee. I don't know if they could square. Oh, man, that's an expensive unit to get caught out, too. What an incredible fight. Voluntarios de la Coronia. Yeah, that encirclement did a great job there. How are we looking points-wise? 4, 5, 6. If the Austrians, or if the Russians get this one, they got 7, but now the tide is beginning to turn on the favor of our team. Remember, our team is over here. This is our team. They did this. These guys did a really good job, especially with the Danes and the Confederation. They did a very good job turning what would have been a pretty harsh defeat into a very contested game. 23, almost 24 minutes left in the game. Still not decided. Still not decided. Ooh, oh. Oh! What a cheeky charge. Oh, that was a nice charge. You lost the unit, but you really melted that battery a little bit. That was not a bad idea. Not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea. Probably caused a lot of friendly fire as well, I'd imagine. Not a bad idea. I admire the attempt. It was a gamble. That was a gamble, but in war you got to do that sometimes. Quiet on the right. 4-pointer is really worth it. Maybe I would say take these... take the Grenadiers, leave them here, and take these Fusiliers and put them over here. You know, for the British player, I'm assuming they're all dead now. Yeah, they oh no, they're still fucking alive. God damn. So I think this is one of those situations where, you know, it's easy to possibly accuse people of using a map edge to cheese, but in this situation, where else are they going to go? Where else are they possibly going to go? Man. You know, I commend players for fighting to the bitter end like this, because the Spanish player and the British player really got hit probably way harder than they anticipated. But they did so far. I'm really impressed with, you know, how they retreated, how they're holding on, how they're keeping their generals together, so the morale boost is really high. It's not a question of if they're going to lose this side, but rather how much of the enemy are they going to take with them on the way out. And again, they really did a fantastic job making the most out of a situation that was really hard. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh, I don't think they got square off. Square question mark? No, he's gonna let them eat it, and then he's gonna take the Guadalajara and punch the life. Oh man, cool. What are we doing over here? I'm gonna slow-mo this for a second just to assess the battlefield. Actually, I'll pause. There's a lot going on. I want to keep on top of it. Okay, nothing's changed here. Nothing's really changed here. Hi, Bilbo. My cat is here. He's chilling out. He's supervising the recording. Okay, so all right, the 12-pound battery's finally been reduced. Have they been counter-batteried to oblivion? Basically, they got 2 guns left. All right. Oh man, 1 gun left in that 6-pound battery, but meanwhile the Austrians still have a 7-pound howitzer, which is a damn good howitzer. Okay. All right. So yeah, it looks like there's an attack forming up here of the Portuguese grenadiers and heavy infantry on the right. But meanwhile, we've got this going on. We'll slow-mo it. Oh, wow. One of these, this is why I love this game, because you watch these scenes unfold. And just consider this fighting in front of us from the perspective of real life 200 years from now, right? This fight would be like 18-something. You know, so let's say it's 2000-something. Now the river looks like this. You know, these guys everyone here has been long dead, either killed here or after the battle somehow, somewhere. And all these guys who are dying here and all these muskets being thrown in the silt, a lot of these will not be recovered. And it's interesting to kind of ponder, like, you know, this is when you hear about weapons, you know, say, for example, in the Thames, right, in London, they dig up shit in the river all the time in the form of weapons, swords, cannonballs, pieces of ships. And yet you wonder kind of like, how did that get deposited there? What was the process that led to that being there? Well, I mean, what you're looking at is kind of one of those processes. Now, obviously not in the Thames because it's, you know, it's just an example. But like, you know, in a few hundred years from now when this battle's occurring, this is the process through which you'd find, you know, these Napoleonic weapons and kit, you know, musket balls and bayonets and
We have killed their
oh, who
generals,
just
sir.
died?
Now they must break.
Oh no, the Bavarian player? Oh, wait, whose general was that? Oh, was it the British general? Oh no, it was the Spanish general. Oh, it was Dan. I knew I was right. Anyway, that's all I was going to say, right? Is that like, man, wow, these guys really went in hard, didn't they? Again, kudos. Oh, the Saragossa Legion holding on to the end, my favorite unit. But anyway, yeah, you know, like it's an interesting thing. It's a fascinating mental exercise to just think about. And I don't mean to wax poetic about this, but, you know, this is a historical game. We're historical enthusiasts. We got to appreciate this. Like, look at all these muskets lost in the silt. And you could think, yes, this is a video game and this isn't real, but like how many muskets are lying in shallow riverbeds strewn throughout Europe from so many conflicts? The War of Spanish Succession, the 7 Years' War, you know, the Napoleonic Wars, and any other war. This is how archaeology is made, right? It's what's the phrase go? A legacy is what is it? A legacy is the shade of a tree under which you'll never sit. Something of that nature. That's it, man. That's archaeology. That's fascinating to kind of think about. Anyway, so that flank has been decided. I salute Dan and whoever was the British player for their very valiant last stand. I'm sure they were cackling the entire way through and screaming. Oh yeah, there goes the British. Yep. Now the real show. I say the real show. That was quite a dramatic show. That was a very good encirclement between the Bavarian and the Danish player. Kudos to you two. That was one of the more excellent strategic plays I've ever seen in NTW. Oh, Kurt. Kurt was the British. Kurt, you did a great job with that defense, man. It ain't easy playing this game. It's not an easy game. I think, you know, Total War games have, especially more modern Total War games, have a very shallow learning curve, I would wager, because this stuff, I think, you gotta predict things before they happen to be successful. And that's not easy to do. All right, what's going on here? Okay, so the Austrians are going to deploy Hungarian sheep. Okay, so Hungarian Fusiliers are some of the cheapest infantry in the game. Now, they got a chevron, so they're not that ineffective, but clearly what they're doing is they're going to stand in the way of the more valuable British troops. Now, this is actually a good thing, because first of all, it means Kurt, who's the British general, now can totally focus on the remnants of his division. Or corps, I should say. Ah, the Prussians are finally coming down to play. I think they realize what they got to do is get this house. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 1, 2. And they're not really quite here yet. So, man, 2 points to 7.
This building has fallen to
Yeah. Hungarian Grenadiers going in the house. Smart move, and he did it in such a way as to force the Brunswickers down, so he'll get some free shots off on him. Nice. Cheeky moves by the Austrian player. Wow, what a great battle so far. I love battles like this where there are chapters in the gameplay, when there's flow, when it's not just a single kairotic action, but rather a series of kind of moments and movements. It's like a symphony, you know? There's movements to the score. It's really cool. Now, here's the question. The major contribution, besides killing a shitload of the enemy that the Spanish and the British got to the game, was they also slowed them down substantially. The Danes really just kind of walked in a straight line this way. And now they've got to walk all the way over here to try to get involved in this action. And again, this is a really large army that is still set up here. You've got the vast majority of the Russian army still alive. The Austrians have been standing under artillery and skirmisher fire now for the better part of an hour, but they are rather effective still. They've got a great position. They've got a lot of hard points they can do. I would wager what could possibly happen is the Russians can basically form up at an angle here, and then they can just kind of defend along this road, use this river to slow them down with this forest here. That would give them, let's count points. If they do that, that would give them 4, 5... does this road go to this one? Is this the point? 4, 5. Where is this one? Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. Defend this. Straight line. Going this way. Put some stuff in here. Yeah, put the Emperor Zone in here or some shit. Put a Russian Grenadier unit in there. And then defend straight line going this way. Use the road. And then you're good. And then also has the added benefit of making the enemy silhouette themselves in the high ground so you could shield yourself from the artillery. Meanwhile, over here, you could basically fend off the Prussians. This team is not yet gone, and now it's a race against the clock for the Danish and Confederation corps to come online and really press home the advantage while the reposition is not yet quite complete. But, oh, man. Oh, Portugal. Oh, big dick energy from Portugal right now. Oh, man. Bold moves. He's going to form battalion mass to try to soften that blow. Wow, what a bold play by the Portuguese player. So he forces them into melee. Now the question is the Russian player going to counterattack? Because he could... Where's this cavalry? Okay, yeah, Austrian cavalry. Nice. British player should get the hell out of dodge while he can. Who's running? Oh, no, Portuguese. Oh, man. Wow. Careful of these stakes, though, buddy. Careful of those stakes there, guy. It's an expensive unit to get impaled on pointy sticks. Okay, so the Portuguese assault column is repelled. Oh, the Russians involved in a bayonet fight versus the Saxon Life Grenadiers, 74 men versus 150. Where is the Russian general? He's still sitting back there. Oh, you got to lead from the front, buddy. The men need you. Oh, yeah, look. All the light infantry is coming into line real fast. Yeah, that's the Fusilier. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the value of light infantry. Everything else is still marching up. These guys are ready to be deployed. Okay, so we did route the Saxon Life Grenadier. Oh, shit! Alcantara coming in to finish the job. Very heavy commitment in the center. Heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. This would be the time to retreat if they were going to do it. This, I would say if I was this enemy team, you know what? Let's pull back. We've bloodied them. We've dealt more damage than they have. We've won this little strategic fight here. Before we get tied down doing something, let's get out of dodge. Nice battalion mass formation. I think it's called a column of companies in the real historical thing, but I'm not a real historian, so I can be wrong. Ah, the Hungarian Fusilier is holding the flank. Wow. Incredible battle right now, guys. What a wonderful replay. See the musket balls whipping past the screen. Oh, the Moscow Musketeers holding the Alcantara Regiment back with the bayonet. Fucking badass. What's going on over here? First Hussars try to run in. Force them to form square, and that'll make them sit under small arms fire. Smart move, smart move. I hope they throw something in this house. This would be a massive waste of effort if they do not have anything in that house. Meanwhile, the Prussians are concentrated here. They might be able to effect a breakthrough. Do they have any units that can? Fusiliers. The Brunswickers could bayonet charge into the Fusilier. I would say if I was these guys, I would be right here on this road shooting into these Austrians. I think they could kill them with gunpowder. What's going on here? Oh, man. Wow, Austrians just making it happen. Yeah, see the Danes, they're trying to form up. They're going to act as a reserve. The Portuguese and the Confederation are going to go in. Impeccable. It must be really, really weird to be like a Fusilier in the Danish line. Like, let's say you're this guy, right? Let's get to their kind of view. You're sitting in line, right? Like, this is effectively line view. And you're seeing this battle erupt in front of you. And you just see like that. And it must make you just quake in your boots almost to see all this happening. Realizing that if and you look at the thinness of these lines and you see how quickly the Portuguese are falling, if and when it's your time to step off, you're next to go into here and try to make something happen. Man, what a heavy feeling that must be. You know, any good military historian fundamentally becomes anti-war. And I think games like this, people say this glorifies warfare. I disagree. I think games like this make you appreciate how good it is to not be in a war. Like, yeah, it's cool, it's smart, but you get down to that soldier level and you look at it and you're like, I'm good, man. It's cool. I'll go to the museums, I'll read about it. Hell, I'll even reenact it. But I'm not gonna, nah, I'm good. I wouldn't wish anyone to do this. Sometimes it's necessary, right? There are moments in history where a good war has been fought, but, I still wouldn't want to fight it. Man, Kurt, he's done a good job keeping some men alive, holding down the left flank of the Russian line, but now the Danes have stepped off the hill. We've got this massive flank movement with this light infantry. Are these light infantry men? No, this is a very elite seasoned corps of the Confederation. I guess this is the reserves that they had. Now they're pushing in. They're using all their cavalry to get in. Oh, no. Oh, Hans. Oh, the Payman ran over a stick. Oh, man. Effing chat. Oh, man. The #1 leading cause of death among general staffs. Pointy sticks. How are we looking over here? Looks like the Russians tried to walk up and get into a fight with the Prussians and are going to retreat a little bit. A lot of death going on. What's happening here? The Ordnance Brigade is going to try to force the Fusiliers back, but the Hungarians are good with the bayonet. They'll win that one. What's going on over here? Yeah, I think this is an opportunity. The whole army should step forward and just push them off. Not quite a breakthrough, though. Becoming a breakthrough, though, but not quite. Karl Schwarzberg should be somewhere. Wow. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would pull back if I were these guys. I would pull back to this house and I'd be in line. This is going to become a breakthrough encirclement real fast, especially with this cavalry threatening on the flank. Yeah, the Life Grenadiers are going to catch the Emperor's Zone in melee. They will not be able to square. Garde du Corps will come in as the guillotine. Hammer and anvil. That's a weird little... Oh, no, he preempts it. Preempts it. Man, if there was a time to retreat, this is it. I think what they're trying to do is hold as much ground as possible because we've got 9 minutes on the nose left in this game. And with 9 minutes left, they've got 4, 5, 6 because they're in the house. And where is the other one? 7. They're winning the game barely. I suspect if the Austrian general came up, they could win a melee. I would run this unit. I would not walk him back. I would run him. I would tell the whole line to collapse inward, and I'd make a weird thing. I'd rely on... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whoa! Uh-oh, accidental melee. Uh-oh. Garde du Corps get caught out in a flank charge by the Cuirassiers. What's going to happen over here? First Hussars, Garde du Corps. Ooh, oh, and what's oh, is Schwarzberg going to get taken out? Nah, he's going to be able to outrun the Chevalier, but the artillery is not going to be able to. Austrians got a lot of stuff left, though. The Grenadiers could possibly force something in. Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. This is a very decisive moment. British square just to keep morale high. Talk about pluck. KGL refusing to give ground. Standing and dying, able to shoot in quite seriously every direction. The Danes have just been this merciless, unyielding wave of humanity this game. Whoever the Danish player is, you're like the Empire this game. You've just walked forward and pushed people. Wow, almost a ski troop still very strong. Yep, good, good. Yeah, get right in their grills. Now you can, yeah, this is where the Prussian player can really excel just by shooting at them. I'd get the whole line right into gunfire range. Very, very strenuous position right now. The house is contested, I would say, because you got the Emperor's Own dying where they... Oh, my God. To quote Robert Lee, I ask more of men than should have been asked, and this is definitely asking more of men than should have been asked. Wow. What a tragic situation. This Württemberg Fusiliers could be routed with a bayonet charge. I would say the Austrians could bayonet charge this and win. I think this is a moment where the Austrians could bayonet charge their way out of it. I think this is a moment. If they just ran in, look at how thin, and these are light infantry units too. I think the Austrian player is too intimidated to do it is the problem. If I was the Austrian player, I'd bayonet in, I'd punch a hole, I'd secure this house. All they got to do is hold it, and they got the time. They got 5 minutes. To stand and shoot like this is a waste of men. But, you know, good for our side, right? We're technically on the side of the Danes. We're on the side of the Empire. Oh, wait, they're just going to bypass the house? LOL. Yep, this is the light infantry kicking in. Cazadorte has got good, very good ranged, and they're going to really make these Fusiliers pay. It might be a dollar short and a day late, though, because the time to do this was about 4 minutes ago. especially considering we've got an Austrian 6-pound battery who's still lending fire support over to the left. Gneissen now wants his own gun, and he's going to go take it. Oh, a bayonet charge would have been very... That's my big thing, I think, right now. A bayonet charge really could have... Moving all units aggressively to this house and taking these Fusiliers and just chucking them at these on-halt lip Fusiliers. Because remember, you can't shoot the Van Waldecker back here, yes, but... The point is that they can't shoot in because of the friendly fire. Yes, the Danes have all this manpower, but if the objective is just to hold the house for 4 minutes, yeah, look, you made them rout. Oh, man, this is prime bayonet material right here. God damn, dude. Oh, my God. This unit, my heart goes out to the Emperor's Zone. Soaking up lead from day one. Yeah, I can't blame them. They did their duty. They did their friggin' duty. They contested the point. All right, the Russian player has to do a balls-to-the-wall bayonet charge. They could win that. They could win that. If they won that, it's doubtful that they would be able to do much, but they could at least force them back. And then the Austrian player could bayonet charge and force them off of this and at least contest it. And that would lead to a stalemate. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the clock. Austrians still in here, but not for long. Wow. Yep. It's the Prussian musketry. Doing a lot of damage over here. Ooh, the Bavarian cavalry finally coming around to grab the rest of the Austrian artillery. Will they make it? Will we get canister off? Nope. That's all she wrote. Schwarzburg will not live to fight another day, I presume. Oh, what building? Oh, yeah. Yep, there goes that. Yep. All right, 2 minutes and 30 left. I'm not fast-forwarding only because I want to see if this Austrian player goes in with the bayonet and charges into this house. Because I think if they did that... Oh, whose general just died? Oh, yeah, the Austrians are done. They're going to rout. That's it. That's all she wrote. And they got... Yep. I get this house twice? That's weird. Oh, I guess they cycled the units out. Oh, he's bayonet. Oh, no, wait. What is he doing? Oh, now the Russians charge. Oh, no, the Danes just decide to go in now. Oh, Battalion Master absorb. Nah, that's going to get swept aside. Yeah, all right. Well, let's pause it here. Actually, let's fast forward it a little bit. We'll go to the bottom. We'll go to the minute. Actually, we'll let it play. Sorry, I'm being a little indecisive here. What a awesome battle. We're coming up on 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm almost done with my beer. I'm such a slow sipper. I'm astonished that I've only been able... I haven't even finished one. I'm such a slow drinker when I watch this stuff.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
A fantastic action from start to finish. That game, that was an awesome battle to watch, specifically because, again, it had so much variety. What a great position for these guns to be on, too. Great positioning all around. This cavalry engagement in the beginning with just kind of the battle of nations going on, and then the formation here of the enemy, the disposition of the Spaniards and the British here, the Spanish attempt to hold here, that really nice retreat by the Spanish player, that was really good. This last hold here, the Confederation player barreling up the center road, getting into a boxing match with the British, who just through obstinate pluck refused to retreat. And then you've got the Danish wave. Look at how intact the Danish army is. My God, that is just... You know, again, the Confederation of the Rhine is reduced to a shell of its former glory. But the Danes really were more of a strategic asset than they were a killing asset this game, if that makes sense. We've got 20 seconds left. I'll pause the game so we can analyze what went down here. And then finally, too, the Prussian and the Russian and the Austrian positioning here. Fascinating game. The Austrians doing a great job moving in and getting really cheeky and sneaking out what is basically the deployment 4-pointer out right from under the Portuguese. The Prussians and the Portuguese doing their redeployment in order to avoid encirclement. A great, fucking awesome battle to watch. That was really cool, guys. Thanks for sending me that. What are my critiques? Because, of course, that's what I think people like to hear. Oddly enough, they like to hear what I have to say about what they did right and wrong. Well, I think whoever's the Confederation player did a really good job being aggressive, specifically with the British. I don't know of any other army he could have fought that would have paid off against, specifically because the British have very low melee stats. They've got a good charge stat because the British charge, that's a whole other story in terms of doctrine analysis. But the point is to say he picked the right army to be in the face of. And he did it very expertly. I was very concerned the whole way through. But he did a good job keeping his reserves to the forward, keeping his general close by, keeping his flanks secure. He almost overextended once or twice. I think there was one point when he was basically like here-ish and the Russians were here-ish. And it's like, wow, dude, you're really like, you're in him. But no, that guy did a great job. That's something I'll praise. Also the Danish, the teamwork here between the Danish player and the Confederation player was really good. But on the same hand, the coordination between the Spanish player, Dan, and Kurt, the British player, was also really good. Because you got to remember that like they really fought kind of their own battle over here, and they did a damn good job fending off as much of it as they did, especially considering how difficult their terrain to defend was, because they had to defend basically across a river that hindered them at the same time as two major assaults were coming. They did a damn good job. Finally, over here, the Russians and the Austrians, again, did a really good job checking the Portuguese and the Prussians and making sure that they couldn't come online. The Austrian player, again, that was just a really impressive strategic thing that they did, moving in and sniping this 4-pointer before the enemy could react by outmaneuvering them. That was a really nice play by them. The Russian player did a really good job also checking them and just being a presence in the center. And, sometimes you don't necessarily have to be fully committed. You just have to be in an area to kind of provide a counterweight to the enemy's positions and force them to be where you are. Because if the Prussian had retreated to go help the Confederation player, the Russian guy would have flowed forward and taken that ridgeline. It was just a lot of cool plays. Now, critiques, what do I have? Well, I think this cavalry engagement in the center was a little needless. I think the deployment of the infantry in support of it was also a little slow. My first thing whenever a cavalry soup, I guess to call it one thing, develops is move the infantry forward. The second even if I suspect it happening, I'm like, nah, just push the infantry into it. They always win it. Over here, I think I know why they did this, and I actually, Dan, I know Dan's going to watch this, so I'll speak directly to Dan. I remember seeing a conversation in the mod Discord when this game was played. I was like at my job or something. I was on lunch, and I just flicked open the Discord and I just read the chat. And I remember seeing something like, "Oh yeah, we didn't realize we were winning, so we fought tooth and nail for it." I think that explains it. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, as you saw, they didn't need to hold this point because when the Spanish army and the British army were holding this, they were already winning by like several points. So this was kind of an unnecessary defense. Now, if you look at the time, I think if they had held on for maybe 5 more minutes, the Austrians could have clinched it by securing this house. But they just, they got overwhelmed and that's what happened. But at any rate, I think, let's assume in an alternate reality, the Spanish and British understand, oh wait, we don't need to die on this house. What I personally would have done is I would have fought a fighting retreat all along here, held them here as long as I could, and then pulled back here and held this river as long as I could, and just waste everyone's time, especially using this reverse slope to shield from artillery fire. This would have been a really nice spot to sit, and then you pull back even more, and you go here, you use this river to anchor your left, and also if they do decide to go this way and outflank you, look at all the rough ground they have to walk through, these fields, these olive groves and trees, all that crap. That would have been, of course, the better maneuver, but I realized that he just didn't understand that they were already winning, so this is not a browbeating, but rather like in an ideal situation, that's what would have happened. In this area, I think the Prussian player was really cautious, understandably, because I think he didn't want to risk his army, right? Because ultimately they won, right? They won. The Danish and the Confederation player swang around and hit them hard on the end and managed to kill the Russian and the Austrian player by just bleeding them to death with numbers, as well as the remainder of Kurt's army, which was awesome to watch. Not the dying part, but just the fact that Kurt still had British guys. Kurt's general being separated from the main army was one of the most thematic things I've ever seen in this fucking game ever. So cool to watch. But anyway, yeah, I think, I can understand the logic of letting the Danish and the Confederation armies come up and do the maneuvering. But by the time that they were engaged here, again, this was a thin line of Austrians, and the Prussians and the Portuguese were here, and they have far superior shooting stats compared to, and I'm not playing meta, it's just like this would have been a known thing in the period too, that like Prussian infantry could fire better volleys per man than Hungarian line infantry could. They were issued practice rounds. The Hungarians might not have been. There's all sorts of historical training I could get into, but I won't because that's for maybe another video. Who the hell knows? But anyway, yeah, I would have said by the time the Austrians were heavily committed here, I would have walked the whole line forward sooner. And I would have even said maybe the Portuguese could have come down sooner as well. I also think, too, it was a really big mistake here in the beginning for the Portuguese player to deploy so far to the center. He should have been more left, because as we saw, the Prussian player had to put all of his light infantry to the left. Now, thank God he had that light infantry column. We thought it was going to move up the center and sneak into this house. In reality, it allowed him to swiftly redeploy using this road to the far left and check the Austrian turning movement. So that light infantry did play a part in this battle, as it did in the Confederation, as well as some other armies, but it just didn't play in the way we expected, which is really cool. Now, in the Austrian team side, again, as I've said, I think the bayonet charge was a missed opportunity over here. A dollar short, a day late, and you might make the argument, well, we were already defeated, so what's the point? Well, the point is maybe if, buying time could have maybe secured this house. I'm not too sure, et cetera, et cetera. And at that point, I think the Russian player lost on a few opportunities to get in with the bayonet, especially fighting the Portuguese. The Russian player got very lucky in that he was not fighting French doctrine armies. The French doctrine armies would have been the Danish and the Confederation. They were trained and roughly equipped by the French, if I recall correctly, with making generalizations, of course. Any historians who are watching this, please cover your ears while I sin by painting with a broad brush. That means, in game terms, that these armies, the Confederation and the Danish, have a little more of a bent towards melee than they do firepower. The Russians are one of the only allied coalition armies to focus more on the bayonet and the use of the bayonet versus firepower. And that's really, really important because it gives this side a very much sorely needed edge in a fight. And I think maybe if this Russian player had said, okay, you know what? If we're going to do this and if they're going to go that way, maybe what I'll do is I'll fall in on the left side of the Confederation and I'll try to fend off somehow the Prussians. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head of specific instances, but I think the Russian player could have really provided some melee support on what would have been the British right here by piling in from this wood line, using it to shield his approach and form up, and even maybe just positioning to strategically check the advance of the Confederation of the Rhine. But otherwise, I say all of that. Again, Monday morning quarterback, it's always easier to watch a replay and comment in the moment on what players should do versus being there in the moment of command. You don't know the confusion that's happening. Everyone's busy micromanaging. Everything I'm saying is always in a vacuum. It's always a best-case scenario. It's never meant to disrespect the players, but rather to say, again, speaking from the privilege of being able to pause the game and look at it like we're doing now, I could say that. And again, this is history, right? It's analyzing the way things happened and trying to figure out why things happened the way it did. So anyway, great battle. Let's get to the scoreboard. We'll tally up kills. We'll make that quick, and then I'll dismiss class, as we should say. All right. What do we got here? Oh, Teddy was the Prussians. Good job, Teddy. Oh, Roland was the Confederation of the Rhine. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Roland is a bully of a general. He likes to punch people in the face. 3262 3338 3468. Okay, so our side had 10,000. I'm sorry. let me try to say this number one more time. 13,130 men on the side with Laryl and Hans is that first Oldregev guy. That's Hans. That's how I know him. And then Captain Teddy and Roland. So they had a hair over 13,000 men. Fighting probably more. I would say they were likely outnumbered, judging by the Austrians alone, as well as the presence of the Russians. Let's see. 3,400 plus 3,328. Yeah, outnumbered by about 600 men, 700 men. The enemy team had 13,868. So you do the math. They were outnumbered by probably about not quite, but near half a dozen battalions of infantry. That's a pretty substantial difference, and it really means a lot that despite being outnumbered by several units, they were still able to overcome that, and most remarkably, do it on the attack. Attacking with inferior numbers. Incredible. Oh, this is from the Portuguese perspective. Oh, so this was Laryl's game. Interesting. Okay. 254. Nice. Yeah, that artillery was brutal. Yeah, the Grenadiers did a great job. Yep. Yeah, fantastic game. Absolutely balls to the wall, incredible game. Again, I always say this, but every battle replay is better than the last one, but that was truly a pleasure to watch. Thanks for sending it in, guys. Anyway, today is March 28th, 2022. It is a Monday, if you can believe it. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay showered, use deodorant, brush your teeth, wash your hair, floss your teeth, use mouthwash. It's easier to have good teeth now than bad teeth later. Ask anyone older than you that, and they'll confirm that with a full response, a full lung response. And yeah, so if you want stickers, comment. But otherwise, it's been a pleasure as always. I am Franz Calamari. You are here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.